We are back at it again. I'm not even gonna waste time here. We're gonna take off the pump cover. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't have the microphone. Long story short, got stopped at customs. And we're here for what? Bigger muscles, obviously. That's probably why you clicked on this video. But specifically, this is about the rear delts. I will tell you guys this, front, left, and center. I am a rear delt supremacist because nobody even focuses on them. It is actually the thing when I go into shoulder day. Aside from my pressing, rear delts are the thing I make sure I hammer down on. Even if my sides came in a little bit lack, especially front, and there's ways of instilling, front deltoid exercises to where we actually touch our lower traps, which if you have strong lower traps, by significant margin, it makes you so injury resilient. I like wording it that way because that's exactly what I train for. Injury resilience. Because there's no such thing as bulletproofing, even though it's a word people use because it makes sense, but that doesn't exist. But you can create a body that's a lot more injury resilient. But we can do so in a way to where we get our muscles to really start popping out. That to me sounds like a 2-for-1 special, and I'm down. And especially if you have strong rear delts, your other lifts are going to skyrocket. This is what people don't understand. A strong upper back, strong rear delts, you have no idea how much strength gains you're leaving on the table. And as a result of those strength gains, you guessed it, muscle growth gains. Right? I don't feel like going into the math on it, but just trust me on this. I got your back. Okay? Anyways, you guys aren't here to hear me yap around. We are here for the rear delts. This is what I promise, and this is what we deliver. And as you guys know, we superset. That's what we do. And instead of me just showing you guys one movement, I'll show you guys how I usually do my supersets. Because as you guys know, I'm also a superset supremacist, yada, yada, yada. I superset the same exact muscle back to back. I just try not to do it in a way, and especially with rear delts is a little bit different, especially down in the dungeon where I'm a little bit limited on how much I can do. But the same principle applies. The needle mover exercise, the one that you are focused more so on, of wanting to improve, you put it on the front end. And on the back end, you take an exercise that is easier for you to take to complete failure. So that first one is pretty much a needle mover, the one that you're trying to improve on. The back end is to take that muscle to complete failure. And you heard it right. We superset the same exact muscle, but not just the same exact muscle. The same exact portion of the muscle. Today, the example is going to be the rear delts. Anyways, let's get into it. It's game time, baby. It is superset time. So, we got our 2 dumbbells right over here. Let me double check. Hold on. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure I nailed it. Yeah. Absolutely I did. How could I even question myself? You know what I'm saying? All you're going to do is lay down and I have to scream because I forgot I don't have the mic. Take these 2 dumbbells and you want to come out like, I'll show you. How about this? I'll show you the first rep and then I'll explain after. And then I drop down. All I'm doing is coming out like a face pull, just like that. I take my thumbs. You don't really even have to do this, but it makes me feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of saucy with it, even though it's not the case. But all I'm doing is that. I come up, I take my thumbs, accentuate them out, and I extend out completely. I hold, and then I lower slowly. That's it. Pop out like a face pull, thumbs out, extend out completely, and lower slowly. These dumbbells are getting light. You know what that means? It means I'm getting stronger. That's usually a good sign. But unfortunately, we might be here for a while. Because if I'm going to do this, I might as well show you guys how I actually execute on a set. Ooh. And the goals, you want to externally rotate out like a face pull. That's why I call it that. Extend out and then lower slowly. All right, superset time. Shapla. All right. So I'm hoping caught you looking. So all we're going to do now right from here is we're going to do hip huggers. And I'll show you them for the side so that way you guys have a better idea. But all you're doing is legitimately taking your 2 dumbbells and you're going to hug your hips, just like that. And the more mobility you're able to instill into this movement, the better the exercise becomes, which means you want to work on getting the dumbbells higher and higher. Not by like accentuating out here. You don't need to do all that. You work into the mobility. That's it. And you come up as high as possible without compromising on form. So all I'm going to do is I'll show you. As I start off back straight like this, right? I'll hinge at the hips slightly. And then I come up. Just like that. Then I come up. If I ever notice like it's going too much into my traps, which is going to be a part of the movement, what I'll do is, and I'll show you guys even from the other side, and just to give me more range of motion that's targeted towards my rear delts. That's it. True failure. I had a little bit more partials in me, but you get the idea. Okay? Don't sue me. Woo! Feeling extra pumpy. No doubt about that. The pump on this type of supersetting is second to none, which makes the workout abundantly more enjoyable. Let's not lie to ourselves. When you see that pump, it's an entirely new motivation source. You start looking at yourself and you know that's not really what you look like, but that's like the pump shadow we're all chasing. It's the sickest thing ever. You look at yourself like, dude, if I could just get into that shape that I look right now, I'd be happy. That's cap. You'll never, ever be able to chase your shadow. You know what I mean? Just like your pump. But that's the beauty of lifting. There's always a new hurdle to kind of go over. And that's why actually personally, I've been lifting this way for the last 4 years we're approaching. And it wasn't literally till a few days ago where I decided to create a brand new program for myself. And it's because, like I said, I've been doing this style of lifting for 4 years and it's been so effective. But I also feel as though I want to get even stronger. I would like to be able to, and listen, I'll show you guys a routine I'm going through right now, but I would like to learn how to dunk a basketball in terms of having be able to. Like, when we put the short hoop on, dude, you should see my dunks, bro. It's real saucy. It's like, I get nasty with it, but I can't dunk on a 10-foot hoop. Only thing I could do is grab rim. And to say grab is, I'm being a little bit nice to myself. I can basically just touch rim. I always thought, I'm like, dude, if I could dunk at my height, I'm 5'10", dude, that would be sick. That would be sick. And then I also want to learn how to run faster. Basically, I'm developing this new program where it's weightlifting, but super applicable. Everything that carries over the type of lifting I'm doing carries over to any sort of activity you actually care to play. So we'll see how it goes. I'm playing around with it, and a lot of people are like, dude, show me the program. It's like, I don't even know if it works. This could be a complete dud. Do I believe it will be? Absolutely not. I'm going to try to make it work, obviously, because that's what we do here. Natty Crusaders. Come on now. Anyway, show some goddamn enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel pumped. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like. I guess I came off that 3-month stint where I was doing 2 days quite hard, and I'd never done that before. So my central nervous system was so zapped, like through a lot of like the beginning videos. And it feels like now it's like my brain has more room to just kind of do stuff. But I've always said this, low key, when your CNS is fried and you're just like kind of seeing doubles, could be the optimal state of man. You don't care about anything. It's almost like if you're super angry about something or you're just kind of under the weather, you're just not thinking. You know what I mean? Like, you don't overthink anything because you don't even have the bandwidth for the bullshit. But anyways, that is the rear delt superset video. There's plenty more to come. And as always, I always say, guys, first off, I do hope this was well worth your time because the rear delts are nothing to sleep on whatsoever. It gets you stupid strong. It makes your shoulders look absolutely massive. On top of that, strength numbers go up, muscle, injury resilience above all else, honestly, because if we're injured, we can't work out anyways. So it keeps your body fresh and just, you can do so much more with your body without having to worry, am I going to injure myself? Am I doing this safely? Forget all that. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching this, and I hope this is well worth your time. If there's anything that you guys are looking for specifically, please drop it down in the comments. And if people like those comments, give those a thumbs up. And that way I know to make a video on it. If there's anything you guys want, like I've said, just tell me. Makes it a ton easier. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys stuff you actually care about listening to. I love y'all, man. Uncle Rami out. Peace. Like I'm smuggling in anything. Just let me grab my Type-C adapter, and that way I can just plug it into my phone. It's not even the mic I need itself. It's the adapter for the new iPhone. This is what Apple does. They just constantly go back and forth. I already know somebody mentioned, I guess, like they passed a law where they're not allowed to do that. How convenient for me. How convenient that they had to go back to the Type-C adapter. We don't let that stop us, because how fragile would I be if I myself allowed a Type-C adapter to get in the way of my destiny?